times we are in mount position here, or our opponent is in mount position, right there. Okay, and a lot of times like I see people like trying to push the hips, right? Of course, it's really important to do this frame right here, right? You're not gonna try to hug your opponent, okay? You're not gonna try to push his neck or push his chest. You can attack the armbar on you. You can grab his hand to try to do the upa or the bridge to the side. But when I do the bridge to the side, it's very rare like to turn my opponent because my opponent will make the base. Every time I do the bridge, okay, right here, he's gonna make a base, and then I find a space to like recover like to the half guard, right? So I use the bridge only for that, okay? So I bridge, of course, to trying to go on top, but then like if you make a base, I go for the half guard, okay? But the escape that I do here is different, okay? And I never push my opponents towards my legs. And a lot of people, they try to push the opponent's hips like towards their legs, and you try to escape. This is not wrong to do, but when you do that, only that, your opponent is expecting that. And it's actually like you're pushing, it's your arms against his entire hips and legs and body, okay? So every time I push, he's pushing back. Or sometimes he sprawl, like this, exactly. Like when he sprawl, like then, it's gonna be super hard for you to push him, especially when you hold your head like here, okay? And then you start feeling like really uncomfortable. And especially if I'm turning this way, Jonathan's doing a really good job of turning my face to the other side, okay? What I like to do here, even with my opponent hugging or not, so I'll figure out like which side's gonna hug me, right? And it's very rare to keep like, my opponent will be mounting like that, okay? So most of the time he's gonna grab under my head, okay, with one of his arms, either this or the other one. Are we done? Right here, okay? So the side that he grabs is the side that I'll face. Okay, let's say he grabs this way, I'll face towards this side. Okay, always the side that is not hugging me, right? So I cannot like try to turn that way. It's gonna be impossible for me to recover the guard that way, okay? So I gotta accept this, like accept, right? So I gotta be here. So I'll frame here. So this frame is really important, right? I put the frame here with my forearm right on his hips, and then the other hand on top. And now look, this forearm here goes under his inner thigh. This is really important to defend the mount, okay? And this is a principle that you learn since you're a white belt, okay? So keeping the elbows inside. If my elbows are outside, or this elbow outside, he can underhook my arm, but also he can keep this leg under, right? I'll never create a space. So I must create a space. So the reason that I put this forearm is inside is to push his knee away from my body. Okay, pay attention here. So we're not gonna do that, but just so you understand why you're putting the elbow inside. So you're gonna escape the hips, and then you're gonna open, you see? Now you have a space, okay? Look, I'll let go, look, you see the space that I have more space here. So that way it's easier for me to bring my shin inside and start recovering the guard, okay? But during the fight, that's not very simple, okay? I need to do this just in case, but I know it's not gonna be very simple, okay? And most of the time, especially when the opponent is sprawling, like do they sprawl like here, it's really hard for me to recover the legs, okay? Especially when he make hooks, make like little hooks, yeah, like that, okay? Or he trapped his leg like close guard, yeah, it's like this. Right, I feel like really uncomfortable. It's really hard for me to take my legs out, right? Because the basic escape, right here, I'll put my leg on the floor, not on top of his calves, right? Right here, of his calf, right? So I put up my leg on the floor. And when I put my leg on the floor, I gotta start like escaping, bridging, until I start like passing my shin, my kneecap under his shin, then bring his thigh between my legs, and I start recovering the guard. And I'll frame to the other side, I trap his leg here, and start like escaping to the other side, recovering the guard. But when you have like a really strong opponent or heavier opponent, it's really hard to work like that. So what I like to do is, I know that my opponent, he's mounted on me, but when he starts sprawling right here, he's on my forearm here, of course. My forearm that was under his inner thigh is not working anymore, but this hand is working to push him, okay? But now instead of like just push him towards me, right? I'm not gonna just do this. I gotta do this just to build a reaction. Yeah, so when I push him, he reacts, always pushing back. And that's the moment that I use to escape from the mount, okay? So I use my thighs, both thighs or just one, okay? I can use both. In this case, I'll use both. I use both thighs to push him forward, right? And I'll use my elbow. Can you get out, Jones? So I use both thighs here and my forearm, okay? My forearm here, my hand, my elbow, to bring him over like this, look. At the same time I'm bringing my legs, I'm bringing my forearms towards my chest here, and then I start pushing Jonathan this way. So I manage like the line of the hips that I'm controlling with the forearm here. So it's always like touching his hips, touching his hips, touching his hips, until I feel his hips is above my head, okay, right here, or above my chest. That's when I start getting the space to recover the guard. Okay, you see that, look. I frame here, right? And imagine like if Jonathan is mount on me, but he's mount, like say, put your knees under my armpits here, Jonathan. But look, if Jonathan's here, but I have Jonathan's here, look, there's a space between my butt and his chest. But because my leg is not in touch with his butt, okay, he can go back and mount on my belly, like that, okay? But if I keep like something behind his butt, which is my thighs, it's gonna be so easy for me to escape. First step, frame. So he's gonna grab my hand, He grab my hand, I frame to the side that I'm free, okay? 2, I'll push. I start pushing and start reacting. Yeah, when he reacts like that, I'm gonna bring both knees to my chest, like this. And then Jonathan will be off balance. See? He needs to pose the hands on the floor. If he doesn't pose the hand on the floor, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, Jonathan, try to use your hands on the floor right now. So I'm pushing back, push him up, use the hands on the floor. Now look, my knee goes inside. Once my knee goes inside, I can go for the X guard. And once I'm on the X guard, I pinch my knees. I can go for a heel hook. I can go for a toe hold. Right here, I can go for X guard, okay? I can start setting up like a calf slice, right here, like this. I have so many options right now. So I went from a bad position to a really good position where I can have a lot of attacks. Not only sweeping, but also controlling my opponent, and also be ready like to attack submissions such as toe holds, heel hooks, straight ankle lock, okay? And plus like I have sweeps, right? Again, same side but different angle. So he mounts, so I'll push him down, he's reacting, I bring both knees to my chest and bring my elbows up too, like this. Now, I got the X guard. Once I get the X guard, I got a nasty heel hook here. And when you got the heel hook like this here, he's gonna spin, right? Like this, exactly. So he can spin this way, which allow me to go for the calf slice. Or simply like he's gonna try to long step, like this, exactly. I can follow him, and once I'm here, I face this side here, and then I put my legs on this side here. Try to open his knee this way, outside, and then finish right here, okay? The other thing you can do after you attack the heel hook right here, once he's spinning, is to change for a knee bar. So the leg that's trapping his leg will kick out, and this calf goes in the middle of his butt when he goes for the long step. Go, John, long step. I go like this. Different angle. You gotta be ready for that, look. This leg will kick out. When you long step, go, kick out. And now look, my calf goes under his hips, and then the leg that was trapping his leg goes right here. The bottom leg, my left foot. And now I have a really nice knee bar, okay? Or like from the knee bar, you know, like from the other positions, you can change for 411, game over, and all the heel hooks, okay? One more time. So he mounts on me, I push him, like I'm forcing him to push down. He's framing back, so I go 1, 2, and then grab the heel, or go right here, right? If you turn Jones. Like this, I go for a knee bar. If I feel the knee bar is not too strong, I go for the 411, then I go for a nasty heel hook here. Right, then you start working all the techniques that are connected and linked with the knee bar, okay? So again, no longer you're gonna just like push him towards your legs, all right? So if Jonathan's mount super high, like this, I cannot have my elbow here. So I need to like move up and put my elbow inside. So I'll walk with my shoulders back and go here. Try to mount high again, so keep my elbow really close. As long as this, my elbow is inside his inner thigh, I'm doing great here, okay? All right, so now let's say if Jonathan's lock his feet, when I'm pushing, sprawl and lock his feet, like this. Same thing, so I go 1, 2, look, the leg will escape. You're always gonna bring the leg inside, okay? You force him to go up, always. Let's say if you trap my feet, yeah, like this, okay? So you're still using the same thing. So you go 1, and then 2, look. You're gonna always find a space. Look, I'll do the position without him. I'll push, I go 1, and then right here I push him a little bit more with my hands on the hips, and then one knee, okay, especially the inside knee. In this case, it's the knee that's go bottom right here, goes inside him, and then the other leg goes to the X guard, okay? So I like to turn this side, so if you like to turn the other side, just go with the other knee first, okay? But whatever knees that you put like in between his legs, you're already building the frame. So if I have this, look, here, there's no longer mount position on me, right? So it's easier for me to go for the X guard. Again, so if I can do this here, great. But it's not so simple to do that. So you go up, like all the way up, and then frame. So if you like, you start like going for the heel hook here, working, try to long step, Jones. Don't let him long step. Okay, and then finish right here, okay? Or change for the calf slice and start attacking your opponent, okay? So it's very simple. I really like this escape. I use this escape with the gi as well. I feel like most of people, they mount like that when they want to keep a mount. They can mount like an S mount, or they can go with the legs under your armpit, but they feel like uncomfortable. And I feel like when they mount more like this, sprawling, they feel like more comfortable, have more weight on you, grab your head. They can go for a Z-Kel, they can hold you, try to make transitions to a great katagatame choke, right? Like, look here, Jones. Like the attacks that Jones can do, like he can, yeah, sprawl. Yeah, he can start attacking like this, right? Of course, I'm not gonna allow him to do this, okay? If my opponent underhook my arm here, okay? Like sometimes like this happens, right? But I have this hand always here, right? Because it's gonna be impossible for him to underhook the head and the arm on the same side, okay? So most likely he's gonna underhook one side and the other side will be free. So he underhook this side is trapped, but my other side is free. So if that happens, I pretty much do kind of like the same thing. Open my elbow here, Jonas. He's opening my elbow here. Okay, I still like using the frame here. And I'll do the same thing. I'll bring him over like this. And then I try to go for the X guard, okay? At least like I bridge. And then if the first time doesn't work, so if I'm here underhook, if the first time doesn't work, right, he needs to pose his hand on the floor. Exactly. Then I clean my hand, and then he's gonna try to recompose the mount again, and then push and then go back again. Okay, so I build that frame really strong and bring him up, but always pushing his butt with my thighs. Okay, so you're ready to attack from the X guard. All the submissions in the sweep. Okay, let's practice. Let's training. Keep training. Okay, and I see you soon. 1, 2, 3.